What a weird movie.
Back. We're back. Should you watch this with the Popcorn Priest, the weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? Mother Nature. The tagline for this weird movie, Lamb, from 2021. And we're not going to play the trailer again because it's just dudes speaking in hip, 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 hip.
They're like herding the sheep around in the trailer. Hip, hip.
So we left you last week with a cliffhanger of our trivia of, well, I guess by the numbers of the budget.
He's not doing a very good job of
No, I found an article that's basically talking about he took Mary Had a Little Lamb and he basically turned that into a story with some Icelandic poet. It's kind of explaining the more like background behind it, but it's hella long. So.
Mary Had a Little Lamb. Mm-hmm. That was his inspiration.
Him and this poet apparently decided to create a story out of it.
Oh, that's why her name's Maria.
Mm-hmm. Mary.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm on board.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
No, I'll send you this. It like talks about each chapter and like what. That's kind of cool.
So this is going to be different on the show. Normally I have quite a bit of trivia, some beefs, some puzzles, and redemption. But however, we hadn't seen this, and I tried to keep it.
And it's also pretty new.
It's fairly new, and I wanted to keep it organic. So bear with us as we go through our categories of should you watch this. First is popcorn trivia.
Let me tell you something, pendejo.
So we kind of mentioned this last week. Lamb is the first film where Nomi repays with a Z. Weird.
Repays like P-A-Y-S, like repays her debts.
See, it says right here it's a low budget genre film. So
she speaks in Icelandic, a language she learned while living in Iceland as a child, which I think Cole mentioned last week.
Indeed, I did.
So that's all the trivia I have. So let's get in. I mean, that's all I could find, dude.
What other trivia would there be about it?
I mean, maybe like animal husbandry trivia. It looked like they were really pulling sheep out.
Oh, she
actually
worked on a sheep farm, to rehearse for it.
It was.
Oh, she did method work.
Very.
That's something De Niro would have done.
Gonna raise this sheep here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't have any more trivia, but let's pop into beefs.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
So these are organic beefs. My beefs are with the ending. My beefs are...
Oh, you just didn't like it?
Yeah.
It springs it upon you rather odd.
I mean, it's just kind of like, well, here's where it ends.
Yeah, she just...
Well, but I think
she just kind of has a weird sigh and looks up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's come full circle. Her sins have been punished, if you will.
I guess my question is, how could have it ended?
I don't know. I thought maybe the ending was going to be, again, like we said, like Lars and the Real Girl, like because that's a similar thing.
I haven't seen that.
Because, I mean, that's actually not, it was what we thought it was going to be like, where it's like he's clearly with a fake girlfriend who's not a real person, and then he's demanding everyone treat it as real, which was what I thought this was.
Yeah, I thought
that's not really. You don't ever get the.
I thought the lamb was going to be a lamb.
Yeah,
and they were just seeing it as a child, and it wasn't really a child.
Yeah, well, but that's what I like about it, though, because each chapter.
In fact, I think they might have shown stuff of that, like in the trailer, and you thought that maybe it was just like a dream or like some weird.
Exactly, that's what I felt too.
Misperception or
I just thought it was a straight lamb, like it was just an animal.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, an animal. Yeah, and they were just dressing it up because of their loss of their daughter,
their actual child too.
But that's what I like about it, though, is the first chapter you just have this lamb they're taking care of until you see that it's got human characteristics. And then the second chapter, it just starts getting darker to where the dog disappears and then all the heavy breathing starts to occur and she takes out the mother. And so then the third chapter where you kind of, everything just comes to an end. It just gets crazier and crazier. I kept having to get up to use the bathroom, but then it just kept getting weirder and I didn't want to miss any of the story.
Yeah, for sure can't. I mean, it seems like you could go to the bathroom and not miss anything, but then at the same time,
I mean, it's doing a lot of like set placing stuff, and
the pacing's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I think Chris disagrees with that, and I didn't mind it. I mean, I watched the whole thing. I wouldn't have watched it myself, and if I had been watching it by myself, I probably would have been like, let's go to something else. But
I feel, I mean, 61% from normal people.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. 86 seems super high to me. That's the critic rating.
I mean, I really did think it was going to be more of a cycle. I mean, it kind of is about like, it's
I wanted more.
Kind of a screed against childless couples. It's like, aren't you miserable? Don't you hate it? And then, but then it's also, if you have something weird happen, don't you deserve to be punished for trying to be a parent this alternate way? I don't know.
This might be a popcorn puzzle, but what's with Peter's story? Like, why do we have Peter?
Odd. I was gonna say, it's like I feel like that was just to have an outsider,
like a plot device,
someone to like say, no, this is really happening. I feel like his reaction is not sufficient though for it to be what he actually is seeing.
Yeah, he goes from that. I think it's chapter 2 or 3,
and so that's where kind of the fantasy element of it comes in.
He just accepts it, right?
It's not really playing like in a realist way, like with the way, especially like the way they react to it when they first like see the child in the first place, the lamb baby. Mm-hmm. Like that's not how
they both look at each other.
That's not how a human in the modern world would behave. Let's say to seeing that.
You'd be like, I mean, he does swear and say,
yeah, like they're shocked, but they're not. Their reaction and what they do after the fact is not how you would do.
No, I would be like, dude, what is this lamb baby? What is going on?
This is horrifying. We need a holy man.
Yeah, we need a shaman to bless your house.
Yeah, we need someone to come and commune with the Nordic gods.
We need to take this thing away
to find out what has transpired here. But that's not. So it's kind of fantastical in that way.
Yeah,
seems pro-family in a way.
Pro-family,
because like it does make them happier.
Can we talk about the cuckolding?
The daughter, yeah.
Well, there wasn't really much.
What was the? I mean, I think
what's the point?
I feel like that was just to get them apart,
just to get them away,
so that they could wrap up the story the way that it gets wrapped up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that was just kind of plot machinations to...
That's the thing that kind of bothered me, though, was it kept everything too vague. Like, Peter could have been the actual father of her child, and maybe her husband, like, is barren, so maybe that's...
it wasn't super obvious. Like, I mean, it does later. I mean, it's ambiguous early on, like, why they are this childless couple, and then they kind of fill it in later, but...
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't like Peter as a person, and I don't like him in the movie.
But what about his sick music video?
He was in the music video.
Dude, that should be in Popcorn Redemption because that's the highlight of the movie. Him dancing to himself,
playing handball in the hallway handball.
It's great.
I mean, I thought the creature effect, as how we would call them, the effects, let's say.
Okay, I have a couple more real beefs.
Okay, carry on.
Beefs with mothering. And fathering. The father should have been taking better care of.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Ada. I mean, right?
I think so.
He's drinking and like leaving her to go wander around in the Iceland.
I mean, there is an early part where he lapses considerably as a father.
Yeah, and
not punished for it.
But it's also an animal-human hybrid that he's probably not used to.
I don't know.
And it can't talk, so it's not like...
That's true.
It understands, but it's not talking back.
All right, I got to play the puzzle thing so we can switch back and forth from beefs to puzzles because...
Puzzling beefs.
A sphincter says what? What? A sphincter says what? What?
Exactly. So, what... You guys remember the scene where he's walking through... It's a beautiful scene.
Like
a marsh, and there's like maybe like an inch of water.
That did not make that.
And it's a past... scene of him like screaming for his daughter.
Yeah.
Like why can't we understand what happened to her? Like
I just think
I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't
really matter, and I feel like they just need to hint at it. And
but why? Why show me this cool scene?
I think it also like sets up what happened, like him being kind of careless. Because I mean, like you think about like the tractor, it's like it's all just carelessness.
Yeah, he sucks at being
He's
a farmer
not
too.
ready to be
His
a farmer.
tractor's all breaking down all the
Hey,
time.
he was the only one paying attention to that tractor. Technically, his brother got it stranded, and he just tried to.
Yeah,
get it
but
back.
he knew that they had to fix it before.
Yeah, Peter.
He didn't do it.
Another beef. Peter leaves the nets in the.
Peter?
Well, no, they're
Pietro?
supposed to catch the fish because he says that after
He brings the fish back. He just leaves the nets.
Yeah, so he goes back to. Well, no, because.
Give me a break, Peter. You're
Well,
taking
no.
my gear and you can't bring it back, man.
Well, no, Ingvar even says after they check the tractor, he says, let's go see if there's any more fish in the nets. So then they wander off again to go check.
Pop off. Bring those nets back, man. It's your job. You're the steward of the nets.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I don't like Peter. Man. Any other puzzles or beefs?
Well, in a way, yes, because when you see the father,
Oh yeah, puzzle.
the
Main puzzle. This crazy
if they had made it more,
man
It's
ram.
very funny that is not based on any like Icelandic like folklore.
That
or,
would
like,
be even better, right?
It's not though. It's just
not.
they just came up with it because they're like, Mary had a little lamb. How could we make that weird? And they did.
that's,
I kind of want the ram to be buffer.
well, no, I wish if they had done it like more like human head with animal body to match the animal body and the human
that
body
would
and
have been
animal head.
weird.
Like if it had been on all fours but more human, just like angry, like that's what was attacking the farm, or that's what was
That
happening
would have
on
been
back. I
weird.
actually would like that ending a lot better as opposed to what
I
they
didn't
showed.
feel like
Like
they
an
needed,
Icelander head and then
I
a
feel
ram
like they
body.
maybe-
Like a human with horns kind of thing.
I feel like they maybe
Oh.
revealed too much with that. Like it seemed because I just assumed
But
they were
that's-
going to leave us hanging.
Bro, I thought it was an alien. I sincerely thought an alien had come down
And it
Icelandic
and
alien.
did some
did some
bestiality.
The
science,
Icelandic
on
Mothman.
it. Yeah.
was not an alien. It was a ram.
Because
Man.
yeah, like it just kind of just kind of like, yeah, you know how you thought this was an allegory or like the plot like fiction was like
Nah.
in some elevated like non-realistic. No, it's like no, it was what you think it was.
And Cole brought it up
Yo.
during the film. The key point in the movie where we knew it was real is when the Peter, who I hate, asked Ada to.
Thought it was
oh
Ing-
no,
I thought it was
it was the father.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Father.
it was Ingvar.
Asks their lamb son
turn the
lamb
radio
son.
Well,
off.
no, but that's more. You guys weren't sure if it was supposed to. If you were
yeah,
supposed to see it as it was.
I
or
thought
if it
they
was
were
an
going to
illusion.
be threading.
Oh, for
needle
sure I didn't
But it's
know.
actually
with what the actual reality was.
human,
They just
half
were
human,
not.
half
That's
ram.
just not in there at all. Like we think is like that they're like being ambiguous about what's real. They aren't. That's not. None of it's in there. And I feel like you could say that like it would have been better if they had.
Well,
but-
they kind of hinted at when Peter like grabs the grass and like,
yeah,
hey,
I guess a
sheepy,
little bit.
come eat this grass, sheepy.
It's
He
like,
says sheepy, by the way. That's not my.
But yeah, like I feel like the reveal at the end of the weird goat man.
the build up.
That's them being like, no, there was no ambiguity about what was real. This has always been this fantastic dark fairy tale thing, and also you should have kids and not steal the kids of others.
Oh,
Yes.
what about her murdering the mom?
That's pretty good. I like that. that was where you thought that it was a psycho mom like allegory.
Well, and to that point, like,
Yeah.
why didn't they push it further after that? And they didn't. I felt
No,
like they came back a few
no.
steps.
Yeah, no. And they more said like, well, it's like that was fine to do because they're happy now, and it's their kid now, and then.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, no, but I mean, it kind of just like, well, is that the reason the ending happens the way it does? I mean, it's similar, but there's no reason that it made sense that the evil monster would have known. It's like, won't this be some dramatic irony to do this?
And where'd he get the gun?
I don't
From
know.
the barn.
I know, but
well,
like,
I know.
How did he know how to use a gun?
Probably from watching them though, because no,
Oh,
not-
did it imply that he saw it?
well, no, from that first scene when you hear the heavy breathing, you just assume that that's what's watching her from outside the window in the dark, like because it's gotten into the barn to have sex to produce this child, so it's obviously been on the property.
Was it on?
No, it
I
was.
thought it was out in the field.
It was out in the field during like a snowstorm.
But it may have implied during that scene that someone was watching. The heavy breathing may have been
you hear
there.
the breathing, but then
Because
Yeah,
the
you
heavy
hear-
breathing is heard various points.
Yes, you heard it a
So-
bunch of times.
but it's still watching. I mean, then it attacks.
So, yeah, maybe it
you have
knew.
to assume it's been around, just kind of paying attention.
Yeah.
And if the child knows how to, understand their language and like eat food or turn off the radio, then perhaps the dad knows how to use a gun or knows where it is.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's...
I mean, she did kill the wife with it, so that's him getting his
The
revenge.
Ram's wife?
Yeah.
Was it the Ram's wife? I just feel like...
I mean, it was just a vessel
Yeah, I don't...
for his child.
I mean, I thought it was like some sort of evil spirit who had like possessed the lamb.
I would have rather have liked a demonic spirit.
That's what it's. I mean, it kind of is kind of like a pagan version of that. I guess you'd say like pre-Christian.
Yeah.
Animal demon thing.
The house of the devil ram.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Well,
It's a weird movie.
Yeah,
it's unsettling. All of the shots of the lamb in like toddler clothes. It's very upsetting. I didn't like it.
I didn't like
it when they showed him with his shirt off and he had like kind of like a sloped like cut off of his lamb features to human skin.
Yeah, because he has one hoof.
That bothered me. I didn't like his hoof at all. That really bothered me.
Yeah, the hoof was
Yeah,
bad.
no, I didn't.
He's trying to like pick up a plate
Yeah,
with it.
it's like,
sorry, man, you got hooves, bro. Or a hoof.
This is
a hoof.
an abomination.
Got one hoof.
It was like this is an unnatural crime against God.
Did you enjoy the bath times?
I didn't like that either. That was also odd and creepy. So again, I mean, unsettling, creepy. It's not really that scary, but
all right,
not trying
because
to be.
it seems there's a theme that Brain Rat Barines likes to pick films that have
Absolutely
weirdness to them, and
he's got a gift. He's got it. He's got the touch.
I mean, there is a lost episode out there that will never be aired of Should You Watch This because of Cole.
Yeah, it was good.
It's either
that's all you need to know about it.
It's either
billion trillion stars was my review. Of
Oh
it.
my god,
it's either
So
absolute garbage or it's just like mind blowing. Like
It's true. He has picked absolute garbage before too.
Well, in the air of that, in light of that, I created a category called Popcorn Redemption because we need to say some nice things about this, even though
High Rise, even like 5 years later.
Man.
I saw, I don't know, a movie poster somewhere on like some streaming service, and I had like flashbacks and like
Of what, High Rise?
yeah, it's not good.
That movie's awesome.
It's a weird movie for sure.
Yeah, well,
What is going on?
what I like
loses
about
their
the
minds
movie
by films.
Lamb is cinematography. I like the audio mix is really good. The sound effects of
It really builds the
wind
movie.
and everything.
It's slow moving and they
Yeah.
hardly say much, but it keeps you focused.
It does not look like a fun place to live. They can make, especially early on where it looks very frigid. It's winter. It's very unpleasant. And then even later on when it's always windy and looks very like gray.
This is not
It's not-
time to talk about what you don't like. This is Popcorn
No, I do
Redemption.
like that.
Oh, you do like that?
Yeah, I thought it was good for what they were trying to accomplish.
Oh, it's good in
It's kind of-
helping
You thought
you
I was
tell
complaining
you.
about that?
Yeah.
No, they're so isolated.
Why would I
They're-
complain about it? It's like I don't like that it was made to look like it wasn't.
So that's
fun.
good. It was good. It really.
I think
helped
I
you
think
know
I
what
think
was
it, I
going
think
on.
the landscape and the location really gave a mood to the movie that
Yeah.
if you did it somewhere else it would not have.
Yeah.
There's a loneliness to it too. I think that's just part of it. Like
That's kinda good.
Trying to go for like that because like there's clearly places nearby. Who are they selling lamb stuff to? Like it doesn't show them interacting with like other humans ever, other than his brother.
Yeah.
Who
Well, that's kind of a
visits,
good way to do it, though, because I think it's trying to get.
Well, no, it's trying to get their loneliness across
Yeah,
as
the
being
isolation
childless,
where you
being
don't even-
childless parents.
You don't even
and-
Yeah.
hardly see the neighbors or anyone coming by.
I mean,
It's-
I just
all you
thought
have is you and your
I
quiet husband.
I really thought this movie was going to end with them like actually having a real kid and being like, "Oh, that was just some craziness."
Or a lamb. Like
Yeah.
they were just hanging out with a lamb.
They're just a pet lamb.
the husband dies and the lamb child gets taken away, but then she winds up pregnant at the end.
with the
That could have
with
been
the
what
ram with the ram, a new ram species.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ramalama.
Ram 2.
like that.
The Reckoning.
ram thing.
Well, other than that, I'm going to have to give this. Oh man, this is a small bucket, man. I'm sorry, small bucket for me.
I'm going to give
I'm
it.
going to guess Cole's rating is
It's-
3 out of 4 stars.
Yes.
No,
I think
it's
so.
3 out of 5 out of 4.
Oh,
3.5 out of 4. Sorry, I said that totally wrong.
3.5 out of 4.
Yes, I liked it.
Okay.
I'm going to give it some stars because, again,
So,
if it's trying to be unsettling, which I'm pretty sure it is, it succeeds.
Yeah.
So if you're into that and you're into like weird cult movies like that, I think you could enjoy it.
I just wish it was more. Like,
But I wouldn't. Yeah,
I don't like it when people do something not enough or too much.
We really should have watched The Witch. It would have been interesting to see what you.
I mean, you can bring it back.
No, not going to do it. You don't deserve it.
I'm not going to watch it unless one of you guys pick it. So, sorry.
I want to do the Norseman for my next one. If it's
Oh, that thing looks so cool.
I know.
What is that?
It's the guys that did the
You will
Witch
watch the trailer after
and the
this.
lighthouse.
You need to see it. We'll watch it on your screen.
Okay.
What is he? Is he Icelandic or Swedish?
I
or
don't know. But it's a Viking story.
Yeah.
But it looks awesome.
like straight out of the 1400s? Like
Bjork's in it.
Yeah, Bjork, like Nicole Kidman.
Bjork
Skarsgård.
also has a
I
small
think
cameo.
I have seen that trailer.
Bjork also has a small cameo in this, by the way, as on the radio. Apparently, she knows the co-writer of the script. So it's a nice little Icelandic creative team there.
Well, there you have it.
Everybody in Iceland.
Yeah,
loves
there you go.
everybody.
3.5 out of 4 stars from Brain Wrap Brains. Some stars.
Yeah.
From
you want to see something weird?
Noble Gas Tribe.
It's weird.
And Small Bucket from the Popcorn Police. Any parting thoughts,
I
gentlemen?
feel like it was going to be more of an attack on like me for being a childless person. Now I'm not so sure because now I just was left confused as to what it thought about parenthood. Really,
You know what would be really cool is if you had some comments during the movie about how if you saw just pieces of it, you would think this was a cool
like a kids movie. Yeah, there
They
are
should
certain
edit.
shots.
They should edit it.
Eric, you could make a trailer that was like
Yeah.
going to the local fair.
Yeah,
It's
and like
with Jimmy Sheep.
Edit it with different music. It would be a crazy.
You could do it.
movie. Yeah, like Paddington Bear. Or
Yes,
something.
absolutely. Like Paddington Bear or like
Exactly.
whatever, Country Bears with like the guy in the bear suit's like,
Yeah.
You tell me I'm not your real son? We got to go on a road trip to play country music.
Yeah.
Airbud, but a lamb.
Yeah.
Well, with that, hit me up on the Twitters or the Instas if you want to interact with the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. Drop me a line and say hi. If you've enjoyed this or any of our previous episodes, please subscribe. My voice just cracked there. It cracks there quite a bit. So you can get notifications on our newest episodes. I love movies and would love it if you would share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by throwing a few shekels at the priest. Visit patreon.com/popcorn priest and see what extra perks you can enjoy. As always, thanks for listening, and thanks to my guests, Brain Rapperines and Noble Gas Tribe.
I'm going to come up with another one.
It is allowed. It is allowed. It's always a pleasure,
It's not set in
gentlemen.
stone. You don't have a plaque.
Why
on
got to be
this.
some boring inert gas? It just, I don't,
I think you liked it because it was noble.
maybe. That doesn't seem like me.
Well, if you would ever go and listen to the podcast that you're in,
I will try.
you could go back and find out
You
why.
have to go on a fact-finding mission.
Well, with that, join us next week for a new episode of Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest. See you next week.